Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Mac Merlin stream. I see quite a few people joining in. Tatay Mo, FitLab, Xro, Kitty Namo. Who else is here? Comrade, Questions. Thanks, guys, for joining in. I know Friday nights are not my usual stream time, but I was on vacation this past week, so missed quite a few streams, so trying to make up for it. Speaking of Friday night streams, being gone for a week, actually, let's backtrack a bit. As some of you know, I have a new neighbor who has moved in and they've been doing renovations, moving in, all that, and it's made my already bad electrical situation here even worse. And so far for the last day, they haven't made a peep. So hopefully the sound is better. There's no static. Hopefully it's less staticky, I guess. Here, I'll let you guys listen in. Let me turn off crisp. There we go. I just turned off crisp. Does it sound any better today? I guess I'll leave it off for the time being while I talk about what I'm drinking and what I'm using. So today, because we are building a Laneware board, I figured I'd use a Laneware board. This is my favorite LW-75. And tonight I am drinking a Blue Monkey guava juice drink. But yeah, how's the audio tonight? Can you guys hear any static? Yeah, if you guys listen to my VODs and stuff, or even live stream right here, you'll hear this staticky sound that I've been trying to remove with Crisp. But the hard reality of that is that I live in an older building, so the electrical cabling here just is absolute garbage, unfortunately. You know, back in the 70s, they didn't think that people would be streaming online, you know? But yeah, let me turn it back on. And we'll turn on some tunes. KJ says, LW-75 looks so good. I know, right? Okay, so I have such high expectations for the LW-75 just because the 67 has been my favorite. So as usual, just to show you guys, I have done some work already on it. I have installed the stabilizers. The Hotswap takes, you know, your backspace, enter, left shift, and a 6.25U spacebar, and you also have a rotary encoder. Unfortunately, rotary encoders are not hot swappable. This one I actually had to solder in. It's not that difficult. If you know how to solder in switches, you should be fine with this. Just be sure that when you solder it, you make sure it's completely flush with the PCB. Otherwise, you'll have a lopsided rotary encoder. But yeah, tonight's switch of choice, something I have been personally super interested in. Gateron just released a new switch. It is supposedly their top of the line, cream of the crop switch. These are Gateron Oil Kings. So here, let me just pull up some specs for it really quick. There we go. Gateron Oil Kings, they are a linear switch. I am a big linear user. Bottom out is 80G, so this is similar to Gateron Inks. Top housing is nylon PA66, and the bottom housing is the ink housing material. So these should sound very close to inks and should feel fairly close to them as well. For reference, my LW-75 is built with KS9s, which is also a deeper sounding switch. So I'm very curious to see how close I can get the LW-75 to sound. Start building the board. Will there be extras for the LW-67? Hopefully, you know, most people have not, actually people haven't received their LW-67s yet. If you go all the way to the Laneware Discord, I did see an update a few days ago, so let me look at it really quick. On Valentine's Day, February 14th, the vessel that the LW-67 was shipped with is now expected to experience significant delays at one of its docking stops on its way to Brisbane. We have managed to arrange for our shipment to be reallocated to another vessel prior to this stop. The new vessel is due to arrive on the 5th of March, putting us back to a mid-March fulfillment for orders. So yes, delayed, but coming up soon. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Okay, so another thing I've been doing, if you guys caught my unboxing of this board, you know that I was not given production gaskets. What do I mean by that? It means I had to cut my own gaskets. In fact, my LW-67 was Laneware cut gaskets. So, you know, can I do better than Laneware in terms of cutting? Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. These are the Merlin artisanal gaskets. But yeah, I've already pre-populated the board. Once again, this is a prototype. In fact, my plate that came wasn't quite perfect, so they had to manually cut off some of the tabs. Yeah, the actual production run will be much nicer. Helicopter, that's a pretty board. Yeah, I agree with you. It's one of my favorite boards, actually. There we go. Let's put this guy in. I didn't actually need to solder in the rotary encoder right away. As you can see from the plate, there is ample room to solder that in at a later time. So yeah, let's start off by putting on these Gateron Oil Kings. You pick up a gold knob for the 67 before it's too late. Are both Laneware boards solderable only boards? I believe you have your option between Hotswap and solder. Yeah, I just happened to get the Hotswap ones because they're, you know, they're a lot easier to build on stream. All I have to do is take a switch and plop it in, right? Always watch The Office. Oh yeah, speaking of The Office, Steve Carell has a new show called Space Force, and they're on season 2. Season 2 just got released, so I think my wife and I will indulge over the course of the next couple days. And I am done. Look at that. Look at that. All done. With plenty of Gateron Oil Kings to spare. Didn't really like Space Force. Yeah, it's not like The Office, and I feel like a lot of people have tried to compare it to The Office, and I'm like, no, it shouldn't. Where do I watch Space Force? I believe it was on Netflix. Alright, there it is. So, I do need to check that the board works first, or that the switches all have made it in securely. And unfortunately, this is one of those boards that you have to plug the daughterboard in first, so it's a little tricky. You have a few other solderable only boards that you consider sending me to build. Yeah, hit me up. I am getting pretty busy over the next couple of months. So just FYI, always better to book a date with me, even if it's like months. All right, let's see. I will have to say, this is one of the thinnest daughterboard cables I have seen in pretty much any board. So I'm like, what the heck? Did I see the Reddit post about misleading GMK times? No, I did not, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Windows has detected an LW-75 prototype. It's even called a prototype. Dang. All right, let's open up via. You know what? I don't think Laneware sent me the via stuff. So, oops. There, let me just verify. You know, I get so many messages from people that I lose track. I just lose track of things. But here, let me. Doesn't look like I've got. Oh, I'll just have to check this the old-fashioned way. Alright, so the only key that doesn't seem to work is this key. That key doesn't do anything, but it's probably some kind of a function key or macro key of sorts, because I can absolutely see the pins going through. So here, how about the encoder? What does the encoder do? Click, okay. That mutes it, okay, that's great. Volume down, volume up, perfect. All right, okay, let's do this. Let me plug this in. Let me plug it in. Usually it's better to keep it plugged daughterboard side. And then with my tweezers here. Oh wow, that is super tight. That is super tight. Okay, I am just going to put it in this way. Just be super careful. You've seen they're the new generation of Gat Black inks. Okay. Okay. Let's see, where did I put that screwdriver from earlier? Yeah, I think I had the same problem with the LW-67 as well. Just the connectors that Laneware picked are so tiny. Like, it goes in super easily because it's tiny, but then I can't really pull it out. Not even with tweezers. Like, maybe I should have used the Maker Lab ones or the Canon Keys ones. But yeah, this is just extremely tight. Okay. Got it out. And because I was complaining about the cable, let's see, I bet I have another cable. Better cable from I think this is the Maker Keyboards cable. By better cable, I mean that the connector is larger, so there's more to grip on it. Like, I just imagine if I ever take this board apart, which I will, because this is a prototype board, I'm gonna have extreme difficulty just making sure things work. So here, let me just figure out, is it long enough? Seems like it is. Seems like the cable is indeed long enough, so that is good. I'll just use this daughterboard. I'll just use this daughterboard. So here, let me show you guys the difference. This one actually has a tab that you can grip with the tweezer to pull out. Like with these ones, I'm having to dig the tweezer in just to pull it out. So this is quite worrisome. Let's see, H40 says, Merlin, it's been a while since I've seen you working on QMK on stream or in the repo. Are you no longer working on the project? I still am. I've just gotten busier in terms of keyboards. So don't have too much time on QMK and stuff anymore. But I still work on QMK. Okay, here we go. Go plug this in. Yeah, Laneware, if you're watching this, I would, or if whenever you do watch this, I would appreciate it if you changed at least your cable to have easier to grip headers. Okay. Oh. I'm just gonna put this away for the time being. Like this is not a bad daughterboard. I just have to figure out how to get the cable out without damaging it. You know, once the group A starts, which does start on the 26th, I'm gonna choose a different top color. Like this thing right here, this thing's gonna be pretty cheap. I'd probably go for a gray one or a silver one. Silver on blue would look really good. So this board is only screwed in via 4 screws. And looks like we're good. Oh, that feels good. Okay, I'm excited now. I'm gonna put in a silver knob. Silver knob right there. And we're gonna start putting on keycaps. Godkeep says, hi Merlin, hello to you as well. Thanks for dropping by. We are using NicePBT black on white tonight. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. Okay, okay. I am very excited about this board. Home, page up, page down, and end. There we go. We good. We good. How does that look, guys? Oh, it sounds good. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Let me turn off my my noise filter here. We'll get going. Looks fire. Ooh, okay, okay, here. Let me just give you guys a sneak peek before I do the sound test. Oh, let's turn off the music. Yeah, this is a very talky board. Oh, I like it. Yeah, I like it. All right, so once again, this is the Laneware Peripherals LW-75, soon to go into group buy February 26th. If you guys want to find out more about it, you can follow that link I just posted in chat. Group buy on the 26th. This is their fourth board, I believe. It's their fourth board that they have sold. Laneware is located in Australia and will be shipping from Australia to you, the customer. This build is built with an aluminum plate, Gateron Oil King switches, factory, or from the factory, didn't really change anything there. It's using NicePBT white on black, and the plate and the gaskets are artisanal grade, meaning they are, they were cut by Laneware, but the gaskets I cut myself. So hopefully things work out. There we go. Let's do a quick typing test. I like it. I like it so much. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Layout and typing and sound. Excellent. Love it. Love it so much. Oh my gosh. Okay. Helicopters. I maintain that Oil Kings are indeed king. This is my first time ever using Oil Kings, and I am pretty impressed. They sound great. I'm glad I bought 200 of them. Godkeep says, do you find the upcoming Mode 75 aesthetically promising based on the image previews? I have not looked at the image previews yet, so I cannot comment on that at this time. Is there any case resonance from not having a weight? I do have foam in it, so I'm not hearing too much. Not hearing too much at this point. Let's see, what board do you compare it to in feel and sound? I'm actually going to compare it to the LW-67. I feel like whatever he's done here, it's a very similar feel, a very similar sound with the LW-75, which is good because it means that his design language is consistent. So if you liked the LW-67, I'm going to say chances are, in fact, very high chance, you're going to like the LW-75. And in fact, if you are a 75% person more than you are 65, you're going to love this. See, Princess Real says, hey Merlin, have you tried a Q1? Yes, I've got a Q1. You can check out my review of it on YouTube. How does it compare to this? I love this much more than the Q1. Q1 is mediocre by this standard. Oh, interesting. I can't seem to... I just realized that I can't seem to press it. I can't seem to press it once I have the knob in, but when I have this in, it works. Prototype! I'm gonna have to touch base with Laneware, because like right now, you guys can hear that being pressed, right? In fact, I can see my mute going on and off. Right? But then when I take this, the knob, and I put it on, like I know I haven't screwed it in quite yet. But like I can't even press it. I don't know. Okay, well, the good thing is I don't really use knobs too much, so fingers crossed. Prototype. You know, despite that, I am still very, very happy with this, just because I hardly use the knob, how this feels, how this types, how this sounds. Very great. What's the flex like compared to the Mr. Suit? It's definitely on the stiffer side compared to the Mr. Suit, but if you have the same preferences as me, then this is the right amount of flex, right amount of stiffness for me. Where do you get Oil Kings? We'll definitely check them out. You can get them from one of my favorite stores, Divinikey, located in California. In fact, since I am partnered with them, if you use discount code WIZARD, you do get 5% off, and I do get a small kickback from that. So yeah, definitely check them out. The next switch that I'm really curious about are Gateron CJs. The difference between Gateron Oil Kings, and CJs are that CJs are lighter. They are 60G as opposed to 80, and their top housing is ink, bottom housing is palm. Whereas Oil Kings are bottom housing is the ink material and top housing is nylon. Anyway, let me do another typing test here. There we go. Fill out. So always try using your link when I see them to buy stuff to help you out. Thank you. Thank you very much. See, Carrot Cake says, that's deep as hell. Yeah, for sure. Lettuce Bowler, first time chatter. Nothing will make me okay with that knob placement. I actually wouldn't use it that much. Because, like, the way I do my volume and mute is I hold my FN key, right? And less than sign is volume down. Greater than sign is volume up. And M is mute, right? That's how I used to do it without encoder knobs. And in fact, I'm so used to doing that even on this guy, on my LW-67, I ended up still using it even though I've got a knob. Like, I feel like I'm so used to having the knob on the right that putting it on the left is going to make me not use it even more. Turtlecat says, would you say it's worth the $325 price? Absolutely. Absolutely. This is such a good feeling board. Of course, you know, like, why I say it's $325? Like, some people may prioritize aesthetics more than me. For me, I prioritize layout, typing feel, and sound in that order. I'll be honest with you guys, this board doesn't really look that good. Like, it just looks like a super generic board. It's not fancy. The same can be said about the LW-67. Like, the most unique aspect of the Laneware boards have been this top bezel that you can remove and replace with any color. Like, as it is right now, blue on blue to me looks terrible. In fact, when the group buy starts, I'm gonna replace this with a silver one. So silver on blue with black on white keycaps. That's what I'll do. Yeah, if you prioritize aesthetics far above typing feel and sound, then yeah, this might not be worth $325 to you. You know, I probably would find a rotary encoder artisan to put on this, because I know for sure I'm never gonna use that, especially since mine doesn't work, right? Quick final thoughts about this board. LW-75 going live on the 26th. I love it just as much as my LW-67. And I'll be honest with you guys, like, I liked my 67 so much that I had my doubts about the LW-75 just because it won't have that special magic. So I went in with very low expectations. But this has blown me away. This is just good sound, good feel. Definitely a Laneware fan. The strengths of this board are good typing feel and definitely great sound, especially if you use the Gateron oil switches. Oil King switches. I will have to say though that mine is a prototype. You guys will most likely see this on future upcoming streams. Speaking of streams, my next stream is actually tomorrow. I will be building an Arisu type board for a customer. So tune in when you guys get the chance. I will have to do some significant prep before it. One of them being, I need to find a mini B USB cable. And I've been looking and I haven't found any. So I'm like, well, crap. So tomorrow I will scour a few more stores, but hopefully you guys will see me then. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining in. Have a good rest of your Friday/Saturday and have a good rest of your weekend. Bye, everyone.